Well, they did it. They got me to play Final Fantasy XIV. Now, listen to us jabber.
Where's the blackmail material button?
Yeah, should I get my lawyer present, or do I need to be, the attorney for Joe and Kieran again?
Oh,
Oh, please.
you know I never leave anything particularly humiliating in them.
Okay, so get this, right?
I would represent myself.
I highly advise against that.
A man who defends himself has a fool for a lawyer who defends himself has a fool for a client. That's the way it is.
I don't know, I got that New Jersey guy off.
Yeah, worked with Vin Diesel.
I mean, kinda. Didn't he still spend like a decade in jail?
But
Yeah, but that was
he
for the
didn't
other
represent himself on those charges.
Plus, he got everybody else off scot-free too, knowing full well they were criminals.
Yeah, I know.
Freaking
So
kangaroo
the
court.
good
And that
guys,
they hated him.
the good guys,
Good guys
won.
won. I
And
don't
the
think
good
so.
guys obviously lost.
Yeah.
By the way, I was
But
reading
the
up
wise
about.
guys won.
I was reading up about that gang after we saw that movie. Those scumbags went right back to doing all the crappy things they were doing in the year and a half prior to that trial taking place.
Of course they did.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. Did you actually expect lifelong criminals to learn a lesson and change their ways? Really?
No.
don't,
No.
friends.
Of course not, but that movie goes out of its way to portray the prosecutor as a complete scumbag, and I'm like, even if, I don't know, 50% of that was accurate, still the lesser of two evils by a long mile.
I've never felt more ambivalent towards a film's ending before. Yay, they got off.
I don't think that it's necessarily that you were supposed to be cheering for the mobsters, just
It's
to
more
show
just being
how
impressed.
ridiculously charming he was.
It's like Clay Davis.
It's
Kinda.
a case of being
Charismatic
impressed that
and
he
charming,
managed to represent himself and do a good job at it, because that actually happening in real life is pretty fucking unlikely, to say the least.
I mean, I gotta give Vin Diesel his due for that movie. It was probably, acting-wise, it was probably the best I've ever seen him in.
Hmm.
Because I'm used to him being in garbage, Fast and the Furious.
It
I don't
made
know. I'm used to him being Groot.
saying one line.
Getting paid millions.
Is he ever going to be big again, like in the first movie?
Groot?
I feel like he's taking forever to get there, because he's been a teenager and a kid too, more than he has been an adult.
What? He was an adult one movie, a kid one movie, and a teenager one movie.
For the rest of the series up until now.
Yeah, but, they'll make him an adult again for, I don't know, Guardians 3?
Imagine that audio booth of Vin Diesel. You want me to say what? Oh yeah, I know the line, don't worry. He waltzes in like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Hello, and he knows his line, doesn't he?
Does Disney just like to, burn money? Because they could have hired a homeless man to do that job.
Like, he walks into the ADR shack, he just looks at the guy behind the booth. Jack, it's okay, I know my script. Like, he doesn't even need it.
I bet he thinks he's putting real emotions behind each delivery of I Am Groot.
This is the man who thinks Fast and the Furious films are real movies.
Well, technically they are real movies.
But, okay,
They're not good movies, but they're
is
real
he
movies.
the redeeming quality of those movies, though?
Well,
I
Groot,
have never seen a single one.
Exactly. Like, is he actually the redeeming quality of those movies? Those Fast and
no,
Furious movies?
he's the detriment. Like Paul Walker, Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese. They all know why they're there. They know the movies are schlock. They just like hanging out with their friends for a couple of weeks.
Worst movie I ever saw, it says, well, at least it'll sell 500 million in China. Like, they know.
Like Vin
Oh,
Diesel
that
thinks
paycheck,
these
Simon.
movies about. Vin Diesel thinks these movies about car thieves taking on tanks and Harriet jets are emotional roller coasters about family.
Taking on tanks and what?
Jets.
Oh, Carol, they've gone a bit farther
I thought
than
you said
stealing
Harriet
cars.
jets.
I might have by mistake. I'm sorry.
Hey, they've gone a bit beyond stealing cars and evading the cops now.
Didn't they take on a nuclear sub in one movie?
Sure, why not?
Like, and Vin
Freaking-
Diesel thinks these are dramas. By the way, gotta save my family.
What was the street line that had me laughing for like 5 minutes? You've said it a few times now.
Some about when you fight on the street fights back.
Yes.
And the street just explodes in like an earthquake on like the villain, and we're just going. Eh?
Wasn't that on one of those how it should have ended?
It's I think he's fighting what's his name, Jason
Statham?
Stamos, or Statham? Is that how you pronounce it?
Statham, I think.
I think that there is a setup, like Paul Walker does something to make the street open up on him, but the fact that he says it exactly as Vin Diesel says that line is the funny part.
How the hell does The Rock and Jason Statham get introduced? I know Statham is a villain at one point, but I don't. How does The Rock get involved?
The Rock is hired by the government, I think, to like bring in Vin Diesel. Like, this guy has been stealing cars all over the planet for XYZ number of years. We want you to bring him in. We're going to get our best agent to do it. It's The Rock. Arrest this man.
So then, how the hell does Idris Elba become Superman?
Oh, that's in the spinoff.
Okay, I don't know.
That's in the Hobbs and Shaw movie, buddy.
Okay, that movie series is a joke.
Yes. I'm actually shocked we haven't watched it. Is this going to be our new Neil Breen after we're done?
There's 9 movies of those. Why not?
But the first one isn't bad. Like if it was a one and done, it would have been all right. It gradually goes downhill after the first one.
Oh,
And
Kieran says the third one's the best one. I'm okay. That laugh could mean anything though.
I've told you. I said the third one's the best one because it's the only one I've seen. On top of that, I say the third one's the best one because it pisses people off every time I say it. And I find that funny.
Insult to modern filmmaking.
what's your take on the Taken series?
Never seen any of them.
Isn't that the one where
Liam Neeson has a certain set of skills.
No, it's Liam Neeson is the world's best dad.
Yeah, I have
Oh,
a
this
certain
is-
set of skills, and I will use every one of them to get my daughter back.
So this is John Wick and Nobody before both of those franchises, isn't it? Where he's just beating up foreigners. Like they're all the same movie. They're all inspired by Frantic with Harrison Ford.
But
Where's
why
my
do
wife?
why do people keep taking his daughter? I'm getting
Oh.
John Wick mixed up.
Because it's the same thing. It's like a hunt down the bad guy revenge thing.
But the dog
I
thing
mean,
only happens once in John Wick. It's always some other crap in each film.
Yeah, but you're neglecting the fact that John Wick and Liam Neeson's character are Gary Stews.
Oh, without a doubt.
So the same movie.
Like, especially John Wick. John Wick is self-aware that its main character is a Gary Stu. From the reactions all the villains have. Like, wait, you stole John Wick's car? This is the guy that can immediately break his cell phone.
Not Baba Yaga. I thought there was a Pokemon at first. Not gonna lie.
Is that really how, like, the boogeyman is pronounced in whatever language they were talking?
Is it Polish?
Okay, Baba Yaga is Russian. Baba means grandmother. Baba Yaga is a woman. She's kind of like a witch in the woods. She lives in a house that's essentially like on stilts. Some people say it's like chicken legs. And she's not necessarily bad. She does tend to help a lot of people with herbal remedies and such.
I was gonna say, does she scare small children with Keanu Reeves' voice?
No.
I'm thinking I'm back.
I mean, she can be scary, piss her off, and all hell will break loose. But no, Baba Yaga is not necessarily bad.
Why do I think I've seen this character before in like a old Scandinavian cartoon?
Well, have you seen Howl's Moving Castle?
I was thinking more the Moomins, because I remember a character on the Moomins when I was a kid. Yeah, no,
I'm not
really.
familiar with the
It's
Moomins.
not even a lie either. I think it's the real thing. Like, I remember
Okay.
a character.
Link me to whatever the hell the Moomins is.
Oh god, it's like the Scandinavian cartoon from when me and Kieran were kids.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, going there, aren't we? Yeah. No, it was this
Fucking
strange.
What the shit, dude?
Well, it's not enough that you play Dark Souls with the guy who plays Budget Little Helicopter, who's one of your favorite characters ever. I mean, like,
It's just no Baba Yaga and Moomins of all things. It's just,
yeah, they're actually like based on a really old book. It's a real thing.
But Baba Yaga is Russian.
Yeah,
Oh.
Moomins are actually Finnish. No, I don't mean like Finnish as in like actually generally finished. I mean
I
they're
know,
actually
from
Finland. Yeah.
There is a lot of crossover. I mean, you got to remember that legends and tales don't necessarily stick within national borders, especially not modern national borders. So you'll have legends that cross multiple, regions, because at one time they were all the same one region.
Yeah,
And that's-
actually,
I just looked up, and none of these look anything at all like a Baba Yaga.
okay, because the characters are actually the ones that are showing you there on the Wikipedia alone. They're all the main characters.
yeah, Phil's probably thinking of like one specific episode or something.
Yeah, there's like one specific episode I remember when I was like a wee babby, and the idea was like it's this horrifying female character that's kind of like large, completely like shadowed off, and has a completely static face. And they hide inside their house away from like this horrific creature, and it turns out she just wants friends. She's just lonely.
Okay, Baba Yaga isn't necessarily. I mean, she kind of just looks like an old lady, little old lady. Now, the reason I bring up Howl's Moving Castle is remember the house, the way it walked around, had those stilt legs and could walk.
I mean,
That
that's
is
awesome.
Baba
But
Yaga's house.
Mhm.
what, a Russian house that moves, walks.
That is Baba Yaga's house. That's how Baba Yaga's house looks.
That's pretty cool.
So, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but Hollywood likes money, and they're making a Matrix
Shocking.
4.
Oh god, that Matrix 4 movie's been in the works for like 2 years now.
It's coming out this year, or at least it's still scheduled to. Despite the fact that it has no trailers or any advertisement at all.
The same can be said of like that Doctor Strange movie and the Spider-Man movie. Apparently they're like pretty much done. Like Sam Raimi has done that Doctor Strange movie, and obviously CGI has got to, make the whole thing.
You reckon they're gonna make Keanu look like John Wick for that Matrix movie? Since, I've just been wondering that because I don't know.
I reckon they're gonna pull the rug under your feet and say like he's the architect now or some crap like that.
No, they're making him the main character. Unless
So he's playing Neo again because like all those characters are dead.
I know, I don't get it either.
It's weird. Like the only character that survives the Matrix, ironically, is Morpheus.
And he's not going to be in it.
Yeah,
They
but
didn't
he
ask Lawrence
but he was
Fishburne
the
back.
character from the first movie that you thought was Doom the most, like, which is weird.
Yeah, it subverted your expectations.
He Ensign Ricky the crap out of us.
He's the mentor figure, and usually in your hero movies, your mentor figure dies. Whistler dies in Blade. Anthony Hopkins died
Does he?
in The Mask of Zorro. Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh, sequels. Oh yeah.
What?
They bring Whistler back in the sequel.
Oh yeah, from 2 onwards.
Don't they kill him again in 3?
Yeah.
Chill, I know.
So they killed the
If
mentor
there's a fourth
figure.
one, he'll be back.
They killed the mentor figure. He got better, and then they killed him again. So they doubly killed the mentor figure in the Blade franchise.
I feel better.
I'm not dead yet. He comes back the 4th and 5th time.
Bring it. You're dead.
You've no idea how like annoyed that gets me every time in like 14 they bring Y'shtola back. I'm like, oh, it's the game's most popular character. She's not dead again. They send that character off and like, I'm going into the live stream, to get away from the bad guy and escape certain death. Like, they've done it
Kill
twice
off
now.
Alpha now.
I don't mind Alphino though. I don't mind
Kill 'em
any
off.
of the main cast. I actually like them now after Shadowbringers. Whereas like Y'shtola, they constantly play off the fact like, no,
Or at least Tatari Tar.
yes, I totally agree with that.
Tatari's pretty lame.
Tatara's
what?
pointless.
You know what would be one of the funniest things in the world for an upcoming Spider-Man movie? Like, to subvert your expectations in a funny way. Bring Uncle Ben back, but like have him be an actual character and don't kill him. And just completely troll your entire audience the entire movie. Like the lizards in a scene with Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben! Oh, I better go over here.
What?
I don't know.
Like, Uncle Ben
Joe's
is like the
rambling
most.
again.
Uncle Ben's like the most doomed character in comic book history. Like him and
Oh, in fiction in
Batman's
general.
parents. Yeah. So like they never even addressed Uncle Ben in the new Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland. So they could actually like have him be a character in an upcoming movie. I'm just picturing and just troll the audience the entire time. Like put him in scenarios where you think he's about to die and just don't kill him.
Yo, you end that trilogy, the new one, with like Ben just turning up in the last minute. Hey Pete. Oh, hey Ben.
have him show
he
up
was
like
alive
Krusty.
the whole time.
I've been away for the last 5 years. Did I miss anything, Peter?
Oh, it's cool, Ben. Avenge me in the credits.
Like that's one of my favorite gags in the Abridges version of Dragon Ball Z Kai when they did the Cell arc. Like 16 just shows up at the end. I didn't die in this version, guys.
Dude, bring 16 back. What the hell are they doing? You redeem Frieza.
You don't need to redeem 16. You never did anything bad.
I know, but they killed 16 off forever. He's gone for good because he's not even a human, is he? He's just artificial.
Could
It's
it
like
be
killing off the toaster. Well, he really is. He's a toaster that loves nature.
Could it be for legal reasons? Because let's be frank, the character is
Yeah, he's a big green Schwarzenegger, isn't he?
yeah. Clearly heavily inspired by the Terminator. Like it's like Frieza's third form, the one that's based on the Xenomorph. You'll
Oh, yeah.
see that again.
He's never coming back again. His tongue came out of his mouth and it was like a second head. Then yeah, he's absolutely not coming back. God, I hate that movie.
What movie?
Fucking Prometheus.
I don't watch it then.
I was reasonably entertained by it. I don't ask that much of movies.
It's fun in a Neil Breen type way.
Says you who's bitching about the ladder for years, but okay.
You know what? I don't even think there's a ladder in that scene. I have no idea.
There is a ladder.
Like, watchers actually watch that movie and we see
But
this
where did it
infamous
come
ladder.
from?
There is no spoon.
What do you think the latter means?
Again, making the dog disappear was not a shocking thing. It was making the dog do the voice. It was amazing.
Yeah. He has a memorable little voice, doesn't he?
That opening to Twisted Pair when Neil Breen is saving the soldiers. That might be one of the dumbest things I've seen in my life.
It's up there. Neil Breen is a special boy, isn't he? As Phil calls him, a special little shit unicorn.
I mean,
See?
they call him on that. They call him on that in Red Letter Media. He's a brown unicorn. Gotta leave him out there.
He's like completely not self-aware.
I don't think that he is, honestly. He seems completely clueless.